Good morning, YouTube. Louis here with the best silver gold deals of Tuesday, April 29th, 2025. Let's rock. Okay, in the spot market, we have gold down $34 to 3,308, and silver bucking the trend, up 29 cents to 33.39. Even higher in the silver futures market as we get to 33.74 on the, is that the April contract or the May contract? Um, I'm not seeing it offhand, but futures definitely spiking above spot price at the moment. Therefore, the gold to silver ratio is dropping 98.98 right now, a little under 99. If this gets under 97, silver could be really off to the races. Okay, and in the 10-year yield, we have the 10-year up just a tad to 4.22 as it bounces around the lows here. The dollar is up 0.20%, 0.19 to 99.14. Copper futures making a move as well, 4.94, as apparently China is scrambling for raw materials. We also had a positive statement out of the auto industry, tariffs being relaxed on some of the components of the auto industry. And China scrambling for raw materials. Very interesting. I forgot to hit platinum, and platinum 986 this morning. Platinum was actually higher this morning. Let's keep going here in the economic calendar. It is Tuesday, and we have retail inventories, Case-Shiller Home Price Index, consumer confidence at 10 a.m. Eastern. And then tomorrow we have ADP employment, GDP, PCE, the inflation measure, Thursday initial jobless claims, ISM manufacturing, and Friday non-farm payrolls. Okay, let's keep going here. In the pre-market, we are in at 37 in the Fear Greed Index, a little higher than it has been. So people getting less fearful that this rally will continue. We've got the Dow up 154, S&P up 3.5, and NASDAQ futures up 3. And let's see if Bitcoin is participating. And Bitcoin is down 142 to 94,854. All right, before we get on to the deals, the question of the day. This is, now you pure stackers that only buy generic low premium can sit this one out. But for you people that ever delve into higher premium items, collector items, numismatics, currency, whatever your favorite passion is on the collecting side, what is your most most highest valued, or the piece that you love the most, and possibly you paid the most for it, possibly you didn't. But between all those categories of collector coins, numismatics, currency, or maybe it's your gold watch, I don't know what it is, but what is your most prized collector silver or gold item? Go ahead, throw it up there, and if you want to tell people what you paid for it, feel free. I've divulged that before, and I have paid over $1,000 an ounce for silver in the past, and some people would say that is madness. But do you have anything like that that you paid up for and you just love? Let's get on to the deals. Okay, and moving on to, it's not that different than yesterday. 1 gram gold, 122 at Summit Metals, maybe a hair cheaper. New customer deal at bullion.com is still there for 1 gram gold. 1/10 ounce gold, 369 at Summit Metals. 1/10 ounce maple is 368 at Summit Metals. Quarter ounce gold eagle is 880 at Summit Metals. Quarter ounce Krugerrand is 872 at Summit Metals. $5 commemorative in the slab. Take the booby prize off their hands here, the MS69. 812 for a $5 commemorative. Great investment right there, and you'll get it in the slab. You can crack it out if you don't like that slab. Why don't I like 69s? Well, it's not that this is a pre-33 or a numismatic. This is a modern gold coin, okay? And modern gold bullion coins, or even proof coins, in the slab are a poor investment, in my opinion, unless you've got something that is a 1 in 100 occurrence. Maybe that would be the gold flowing hair or the silver flowing hair or something that people are going to want for generations. People do not want commemoratives for generations. They want to buy and sell them, hold them, pass them on. But these carry no collector value. And in the 69 grade, it's a booby prize, and that's why they're selling them for less than the raw coins. Okay, so stay away from stuff like this, but you can pick it up on the cheap when somebody else gives up on their investment. And you can bet whoever bought that firsthand paid too much for it. Okay, 10-gram gold this morning is 1,104 at Golden Eagle. We've got half-ounce gold eagles at 1,698. At Summit, half-ounce maple is 1,736 at Summit. 1-ounce gold Britannia, half-ounce Britannia, 1,712 at Bullion Exchanges. Half-ounce Krugerrand, 1,721 at Summit Metals. A 1-ounce gold eagle just went out of stock at Bullion Exchanges. Okay, we'll keep shopping then. Doggone it, I thought I fixed that. How did I do that? I got to fix that on the website. I've got the Buffalo posted where the eagle ought to be. Well, here's the Buffalo, 3,435 at Summit Metals. And yes, it is up on Costco. 1-ounce gold maple is 3,385 at Summit Metals. A 1-ounce Britannia is 3,360 at Bullion Exchanges. These are all BU coins unless I say otherwise. Random varied condition 1-ounce sovereign gold coins, 3,392 at BGASC. And we've got a double eagle. This is St. Gaudens, and it is a BU double eagle, so that'll be beautiful. 3,298 at SD Bullion for a 0.9675 ounce of gold. A 1-ounce Krugerrand, often the cheapest of your sovereign gold coins, 3,347, and I believe that is cheaper than the 1-ounce gold in assay, which is 3,384 from Pimbeck. So get the Krugerrand, guys. It's sovereign. That's a better deal. A 20 franc can be had for 632 at Provident Metals. That is under a 0.2 ounce of gold. Platinum Eagles are catching a bid at 1,181 at Monument Metals, about $100 cheaper for a non-Eagle platinum coin. If you think platinum's going to keep going here, I think it's going to hit $1,000 and turn around. Silver Eagle is still at Summit at 38.15. Wow, silver is really moving today, isn't it? And in a tube of 20, though, they're cheaper at Pinehurst. These are backdate eagles, usually beautiful. 37.50 at Pinehurst. And we've got a very cheap seller here called Bullion Star with some complicated checkout procedures, but nonetheless, 36.40. And if you can make that work, that is a smoking deal. You'll have to do some kind of ACH transfer with them, and you might like their sales tax rules, which is kind of a red flag. When somebody doesn't charge you sales tax when they should, it's kind of a red flag that it's a rinky-dink outfit, or maybe somehow they've got some special arrangement. I don't know, but for you California boys, you may want to check that out. My buy-sell light is flashing red right here because I think the stock market's going to roll over right now because I think we are here. And when that happens, that'll bring everything down. And I could be wrong, could be way wrong on that, because silver is certainly flexing its muscles today. A silver maple is 36.62 at Summit Metals. In a larger quantity, Bullion Exchanges, you can get them for 36.30, also BU. Kangaroo is 37.17 at Summit. A Britannia is 36.88 at Summit. A Krugerrand is 36.44 at Summit, but the best deal online is the Philharmonic, which is 35.70 at Bullion Exchanges, backdate BU Philharmonics. I imagine some of you are buying that. That's a really good deal, and if you do, let us know what the quality of those is. Are they milk spotted? You can get the Eagle Privy Eagle for 46.55. I recommend you don't, but if you need it, go ahead and get it. Privy I mentioned yesterday, subscribers pointed out that that is some kind of aftermarket laser engraving on a normal Silver Eagle. It's the 40th anniversary Privy. So I don't know where they get off doing that. They must really be in hard times at the Coin Shopping Network. Don't touch that 40th Privy with a 10-foot pole. Here's Costco, and I'm not crazy about the prices, but they got a lot of products up. Okay, they got the silver bar at $3.69. They got the gold maple at $33.99. 4% off of that will put you under $3,300. So the maple is a good deal. They've raised the premiums on the 25 pack of PAMP, so I don't like that anymore. Platinum is $1,099. You could buy that if you believe in platinum. And there is Old Buffy. Old Buffy's going for $34.79, about mid 3300s after 4% rebate. And you could buy that if you are hankering for a Buffalo. That'll beat all the dealer prices and probably the eBay prices, but we'll get on to eBay and check. Okay, let's keep going. That was Costco. And moving on to junk in the trunk. You can get the best price over at Monument Metals is 25.2 times face in a very large lot of $100. Pinehurst has it at 24.68 times face, but we're finding it cheaper on eBay lately, and the dealers on YouTube are beating those deals as well. You got a high wait time for a silver Mason Mint Buffalo over at Gainesville Coins, only $34.40 if you want to play that game. Very cheap on Buffaloes right there. I still like the 10-ounce cast bar, although I say 1 ounce, but it is a 10-ounce bar, $3.50 this morning. You could buy that all day long. Okay, let's move on to a kilo. And a kilo is 11.03 again, with silver moving this morning opposite of gold as people are getting more, I don't know, I guess they're relaxing about the tariff story. But if you haven't seen the story on the shipping containers and the ports and the drop in volume coming into the port of Los Angeles, for example, you need to look at that, because in a couple of weeks, everybody is going to be talking about it, and it's going to destroy this stock market, I think. I think there's every reason in the world why we're going to take 20% off the top right here, but people are ignoring the stories right now. And right now there is exit liquidity in the stock market. Take advantage of it would be my opinion. Okay, let's move on to eBay and see if we can find some Silver Eagles this morning. Maybe some nice old dirty Silver Eagles for your stack. Let's see, that one's too small. And we got bullion.com at 761. That is 38, about 37 out the door. But that would, for a tube of 20, that would still beat the dealer prices at about 37. Can't complain about that. Maybe we can get a better price in a lot of 100. And 37.66, 36.66 out the door for a lot of 100 at bullion.com. Backdate Silver Eagles. You could buy that all day long. Okay, and moving on to the rotation here. Maples in a tube of 25 are 917. Britannias in a tube of 25 are 9. Ooh, Mr. 799 here. Big seller, good feedback, free shipping. He'll take an offer. What is this? Oh, that's a set. You don't want sovereign sets. Let's go on to kangaroos. Kangaroos are 901 for a tube of 25, and Krugerrands are 913. Looks like 901 is going to be our best price with silver spiking this morning, and that would be about $34.92 out the door after a 3% rebate. And I recommend the PayPal card or the American Express Clear Blue Cash. Let's take a look at junk in the trunk. We want $10 face, 555 10, and let's see. These are walkers, and they have dates. Yeah, they're begging for a date, but not too bad. 24.4 times face from a, what's your feedback? High feedback, pretty good feedback. 24.4, take 75 cents off. You'd be at about 23.8 or 23.7 on $10 of walkers. Yeah, they look a little slick, but that'll beat the dealer prices by quite a bit. So you can do that if you want. Did we get anything after that? 239, and this is $5 face. Why would I want to buy $5 face? I want $10 face. $10 face quarters. Okay, there they are. 24.9. About 24 out the door for that one. But this is the deal right here on these walkers. If you love walkers and you don't mind them being a little worn, that is for somebody. How about a big old lot of junk? Let's just buy a whole bunch. 26.3 for Mercs. Minus 75 cents. How about this big lot here? We got to get past the slicks and go to the dates. And there they are. What's wrong with this seller? That's a small feedback seller. What's wrong with this seller? Nothing wrong with this seller. You're going to get Frankie's. Oh, okay. Let's see. $100 face bag and free shipping. Good seller. 25.13. You're going to be at about 24.6, 24.5 times face if you like Benji's. Okay, let's keep going here. And how about a Carson City in MS65? If you're not buying metals, you're putting aside cash, you could buy numismatics, right? They travel in different circles. And let's see, we got a, is that an annex? That's an annex slab. I'd like you to stay away from those. How about this one? $4.95. That is a NGC slab. Oh, look at that. That's pretty. $4.95, $5 shipping. You're going to take 15 bucks off with your PayPal card. That's an 1883 Carson City Blast White, authenticated by NGC in a very high grade, a money coin grade. So if you got lots of money, you could definitely put some of those aside. I'm glad I did. Do not buy raw numismatics on eBay, guys. You'll get screwed every single time. That's my recommendation. Okay, what is the Libertad going for? And the old 5-ounce Libertad, 210, 222. Not that much more than it was the other day. How about a kilo? A kilo is going for $11.37, about $11.00 out the door, about the same as the dealer price. Here's your vintage bar of the day, and this is a 5-ounce Engelhard. Boy, I don't ever see these, and they are charging up for it. This is actually APMEX because they know what they have. Now, if you sold this bar to them, they would pay you $32, but they'll sell it for $78 an ounce. I'm sorry. What is that? $1,500? $150 an ounce? Wow, that is pricey at $7.89, but that's how rare that is. A 5-ounce Engelhard. If you ever see one of those, looks like got some bubbles on the back. If you ever see one of those in the wild, boy, you pick that baby up. Don't pay this much for it, but there you go. That would be a prize in anybody's vintage bar collection. And you can check allengelhard.com for the mintage on those. Okay, a kilo kook. And they are $12.07 this morning, minus $36. Let's go on to 1-ounce rounds. If you're buying generic right here, 35 an ounce, 34 out the door for 1-ounce rounds. What's that, about 70 cents over spot? That's not bad. In a tube of 20, they're going to be also 35, about 34 out the door. You could buy 1-ounce rounds if you're buying today. If you like the Cowboys, you think they're a good potential flip down the road, or you just like them, they are 36 an ounce, about 35.30 out the door for the Cowboys. More expensive on Scottsdale.com. A 100-ounce silver bar is a real listing here. An APMEX bar, $34.60. Big seller, good feedback. It is kind of messed up. $33.60 out the door. That's going to be very close to spot. And yeah, somebody tested it. Look, some knucklehead tested that with asset. Hey, don't let an LCS test your silver, guys, because you're going to diminish the aftermarket value. Not that you couldn't still get a dollar back possibly from most shops, but they can't sell that. Okay. Or in the shop, the LCS won't be able to sell that. So if they don't send stuff to the refiner, you don't want something that's been messed up. And if they don't have a Sigma Precious Metals verifier in your LCS, run. The guy's a dope. Okay, let's keep going. Platinum Eagles, what are they going for? They are going for $12.36 for a 2023. Okay, let's do 1 gram gold. Apparently I screwed this up yesterday, so let's do it right this time. These are 1 bar loose combi bars, and they are 1 times a Cambi bar, and they are 1 gram. Okay. Oh, this is from Great Britain. Oh gosh, we got to skip that. Here's another 1 gram bar. I don't know why I'm getting auctions here. 118. Here is another 1 gram bar. These are all auctions. Interesting, they pop those up, even though I have it sorted for buy it now. Here we go. Okay, a 5-pack, 24 karat. Show me it says one. Oh, this is 1/10 of a gram. This is the one I screwed up yesterday, so we got to ignore that guy and go to this guy here. Why am I still looking at this? A 1/15. Well, you know what? There ain't no cheap 1 gram gold. Let's just say that right off the bat. Why? Because everybody's buying it, and that's all they can afford. 1/10. Let's do 1/10 random gold. Can we get this for 357? That is JM Bullion. Boo-hoo. Varied condition from BGASC, 364, 10 bucks off, 354 for beat up Eagles and Maples. So I don't know if you like that or not. You can get a nicer coin. Yeah, we can get a beautiful BU koala for 365, 355 out the door. And that's not a bad melt price on a gold koala. If you're buying small gold here, taking advantage of the dip. Let's see, 1/4 ounce gold. And what can we get in this category? And we got to get past the Knuckleheads and the Liberties. And there's a Krugerrand for 886. Let's get you a nice Krugerrand here. Liberty Coins, good seller. 886, 25 bucks off would put you at about 850. 850 on a 1/4 ounce Krugerrand. You see if that beats the dealer prices, and that is brilliant uncirculated from a good seller using your 3% rebate cards. Let's do a 1/4 ounce Gold Eagle. Maybe somebody's given one of those away. Remember, a Liberty Head is not a Gold Eagle. Liberty is not a 1/4 ounce of gold. But here's one from M Bar. It is 914. Sounds a little pricey. 914 minus 36 bucks. It puts you at about 880 or so on a 1/4 ounce Gold Eagle, and it does not say BU in the title. I'm not liking that sort. Let's keep going here. 10 gram gold. 1138 for 10 gram gold. 30 bucks off, about 1100 for 10 gram gold. 1100 times 3, 3300. I don't know, you might like that deal. Do the math on that. Random 1/2 ounce gold this morning. Let's catch a deal here. What do you say? Let's get past the bezels and the ugly head coins. Well, we could stop and look at the ugly head coins for a minute here. Let's just see what they've got. JM Bullion, I'm going to skip you. Okay, here is a 1/2 ounce U.S. gold 1/4 eagle. No, that's a Liberty. It's not an eagle. Here is a 1/2 ounce Libertad. JM Bullion, I'm skipping you. You're worthless. Let's keep going here. Here's a snake coin. JM Bullion, are you actually selling that one? No, everything they list here is a tickler. Let's keep going. What is this? I don't know what that is. Here's an ugly head coin. Okay, first spouse, and nothing against the first spouses, but these are some of the ugliest coins ever made by the U.S. Mint that people paid a substantial premium for, and now are the cheapest gold you can buy. But I just don't like them. Let's see if they're really a 1/2 ounce of gold. Let's see. Oh, who's that? Dolly Madison? Let's see. Is this a 1/2 ounce of gold? I got to check it. 1/2 ounce gold. Is it 999 gold? Let's see if they got the specs in here. 1/2 ounce, precious metals content. Okay, 1/2 ounce, 4 nines, random gold, and you'll get, Pat Nixon, or I don't know, maybe you'll get Andrew Jackson or something. That's a woman on a horse? Who the heck is that? Old Hickory. Well, wasn't he married? I don't know. They got Andrew Jackson as a first spouse. Anyway, it's going to be a 1/2 ounce. Let's slow down and see how much money we can make on these ugly head coins. Okay, 1747. 1747. Times 0.97 with a good credit card. Links are on my website if you want to pick one of those up. You can get this at $16.94 for a 1/2 ounce of gold. Now that sounds pretty good. Times 2 to get the melt on that. Your melt is $33.89. and Kitco today is 33.16, about $80 over melt. I don't like it. I just don't like these coins. I think we can do better. What else can we get here? Let's see. Here's a random mint from AppMex, 1754. Yeah, for about $9 more. I don't think I'd get the head coin. Let's keep going here. Let's do a half-ounce gold maple. What do we got here? Half-ounce gold maple, 1783. It is random date. Does not say BU, but I won't let that stop us. Gold maples have been kind of pricey lately. 1785 minus about $50. 1735 for a half-ounce maple. 1735 versus the lowest price anywhere on the internet I can find for a half-ounce maple is 1737. Nope, that's a push. Don't use up your savings if you're not getting great deals on eBay. Let's find something better. Okay, and getting back to the gold, we're going to have to go up. Bigger the gold, the bigger the savings, and let's see if we can prove that in the random category. Random gold is gold, and there is a ducat. No, that's not an ounce of gold. Let's see. We got pandas. Oh, I got to go to a higher price here. Let's see. Let's get up to about 3,300. What's this? 1/10 gold. What's that? That's a Liberty head. What's that? That's shot for 34.40, about 33.40. So right about spot for gold shot. You could actually do that. You know, people can stack shot, believe it or not. It's always in high demand. But I don't pour gold, so that doesn't work for me. Okay, here's a righteous coin, a scratchy old maple for 34.45, 33.45. Get you a maple for right around spot if you don't mind scratches. Or you can get a panda for same price, right around spot, if you don't mind Chinese coins. Everybody does. Nobody wants them anymore. Or a Krugerrand for 34.48, but that's going to be scruffy. So, yeah, I don't know. Scruffy maple, nice panda, or scruffy maple. I think I'd go for the panda. Let's see if it's a good seller. A good seller, good feedback, free shipping. It is a collectible panda before they moved to the metric system. Those are pretty coins, but everybody is going to want to test it. So just keep that in mind. You need an LCS with a precious metals verifier if you're planning to sell that. Okay, and let's do the buffaloes. Because, I got to do the eagles as well. Cheapest buffalo, 35.31, 34.31 out the door. Cheapest gold eagle, I got to fix that listing. Cheapest gold eagle is going to be 34.70. Yeah, come to Papa. And we got a $10 code, and it's a good seller. And it's a BU Eagle backdate 34.73. You're going to take over $100 off with 3%. You're going to be at about 33.60 on this. And then you may get a $10 coupon. 33.60 compared to, I don't know, let's just go over to bullion exchanges. And see if we can find a 1 ounce gold eagle. And what do they cost? $33.98. Save $40 a coin. Okay, same coin, same backdate, same BU, good seller. So why don't you save $40 a coin, guys? That is that one right there, since I failed to give you a listing up above. That's a good one right there. If you're paying up for gold, if you think the dip is over, let's go back and check spot prices one more time and see if gold is still falling and silver still rising. Gold down 27. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe 32.70, something like that would be a good buy price on gold. And silver is making its move. Well, there's nothing to stop it from going to 35 here, but you got to watch platinum as well. I wonder why platinum is selling off. Platinum is in the auto industry as well. Palladium too. They had a bump earlier this morning. Now they're selling off. What's going on in the markets? Opening bell in 8 minutes, and we've got Scott Bessent was on talking a whole bunch of bullshit. Wasn't making any sense this morning. We have got oil down, and we have got the futures. Give me 1 second here. And we have got the futures down. S&P down 1. NASDAQ probably down about, Dow down 10. And NASDAQ down about flat. Okay, I don't know. I don't see how this market keeps going up. There's so much negative stuff happening right now. We're just like a couple weeks away from seeing it all. Maybe they're hoping for rate cuts from the U.S. Mint. Let's keep going. What else do we got here for you? A $5 commemorative. Let's see if you can beat that MS69 deal. 846, 25 bucks off. It puts you at about 820 on a 0.2419 ounce of gold, U.S. sovereign gold. And check that to the price above. You may like that. Okay, what's up? There's stuff in my eBay store you can pick up. I listed a bunch of silver the other day. And you may, let's see, we got a Kazoo bar. We've got an Talaprezio kilo. We got my poured bars. Sold a 10-ounce bar. I lowered the price also on, oh, we got a nice Scottsdale Rolo. We got a Pioneer bar here. Good prices on all these if you want to ask me for a friend discount. But I've got those priced at rock bottom because I'm liquidating a little bit of bullion here. I'm raising cash, like I said. All right, but most people from the question, almost everybody is holding or continuing to dollar cost average. Very few people selling here. So you do what you want to do. All right. And when you got 5,000 ounces like me, you can afford to lose a little. Okay. Even if I'm wrong. All right. Let's go on. And Sigma Precious Metals Verifier, definitely worth having. A food saver, definitely worth having. Empty monster boxes to motivate yourself. A Devil Forge to melt those big bars into smaller bars. The Amex card is the bomb, and they're going to pay you $200 cash back. They're going to give you grocery rebates and Amazon rebates, and they're going to give you 3% off when you buy metals on eBay when you check out through PayPal, okay? Through PayPal. PayPal card is 3% unlimited, okay, and easy to get this card. Use it on eBay, check out through PayPal, default to the PayPal credit card, get 3% off. That's how we're scoring the better deals on, you know, the bigger the purchase, the more you're going to save by going to eBay, buying from the same sellers often that you buy from online. You just get the money back in a different fashion. Capital One card I love. And let's see what's up. I think my 10-ounce completers may be coming today. You can still pick up the 1 ounce, and I believe the 10 ounce is in stock around 400 bucks as well. Could have had it cheaper though a few days ago. What's up with the Black Flag? The Black Flag is still for sale. Now it's 43 bucks. They'll never sell them because the collector market is not what it used to be. Those of you planning to flip, you know, just a word of warning, sometimes you get stuck with the inventory. This is the set that I listed recently at a very reasonable price if you're buying. They only have the coppers left, but I listed the whole set of Warriors in my eBay store if you're interested in that. There's the Tudor Dragon. I like that coin. And let's keep concluding to the conclusion. There are the 3 dealers on YouTube I recommend. Hey, did you see Coinhuskers yesterday? Somebody snaked a gold silver standard 100-ounce silver bar yesterday for $3 over spot. Okay, when I saw it, it was too late, but somebody snaked a very rare bar from Coinhuskers. So put him at the top of your list and act fast when he has something really righteous like that. Check his video from yesterday. You'll see the bar I'm talking about. Check the eBay resale prices and you'll see that somebody made $1,000 off that bar probably. Okay, and Vermilion is, I don't know, he's shipping less stuff to his internet community. He seems to not value us as much as he used to. Minot Coin and Bullion is also having sales. Coinhuskers I like. Coinhuskers charges sales tax to California residents over $2,000. They've all got their pluses and minuses, and anyway, I think they're all good outfits, and when they'll ship it to you, go ahead and pick it up there. Thank you for subscriptions to Bolden.com, Cups of Coffee, and the new members in the membership channel, the Stacker family. Click the join button if you'd like to do that, and then we'll just move on to the Chitty Chat room. I'm going to skip the rest of these here, and where are we? In the chat room, and we got a cup of coffee. Okay, yeah, I got to get some. Looks like Comex likes GSR at 100. People are buying and selling through Pure. There's another outfit called Peer. Don't know a single thing about them. So check out the chat room. It's all totally free. And thank you. Who was this? Thank you, Friendly Dreamer, for telling me about the NG70 $5 commemorative, but they're not 70s, they're 69s. Okay, I don't think they'd sell their 70s at that price. And Yankee Stacking says, do not trade the ratio, just buy more. Well, some people already bought everything they need. If you're already up to 10-20% of your total assets in silver and gold, and you can't buy anymore, or maybe you're close to retirement, you got a different strategy, sometimes you should trade the ratio. But I would agree that if you're accumulating, just switch what you accumulate. That's not a bad comment, but it's not always true. We're all different, and we're approaching this at different stages in life with different amounts of money. And so you do what's right for you, okay? But we're still at a good ratio. But if you think a dip is coming, I'd hold off on any ratio trades for now, because well, we could pop back up on that GSR over 100 when the wheels come off the bus and the liquidity trade is on. People start selling everything. Silver will drop, and gold will drop. Now, I'm not saying it couldn't go to $4,000 first. You know, anything can happen here in the next couple of weeks. But don't think that gold will not drop when we have a market crash. And I'm talking a once-in-a-decade market crash, which I think is imminent. And normally I've been very positive because I thought, well, maybe we'd be able to skirt this. But it's coming at us full force. And just watch out. Watch out for that crash, because silver will drop and gold will drop. Silver will drop further and faster. Gold will also drop as much as 30%, okay, if we get a full-on liquidity crash in the markets. And that's what I am most concerned about here. I know I seem contradictory, but things change every day. And let's get back over to the stock market and see what is happening. Let's do the spot price and gold. By the way, there have been ETF of the GLD ETF, if you care about that, outflows for 5 straight days. Silver has had some outflows as well recently. Okay, so silver up 38 cents to 33.49, gold down $28, and the stock market is where? Gosh, get to it, Louie. Where are you? Stock market. Oh, there it is. I hit it. And we've got the Dow. Is it 630? Oh, it's going to open in a minute. Dow down 14, S&P down 28, NASDAQ down 135. And, you know, we could see a little more upside here, but I think we're going to pick off a big down leg, especially when something comes out that the market doesn't like. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. Hope you're having a great day. If you want to buy, you know where to do it. And tell your friends, share the video, thumbs up. Don't let people pay too much for precious metals, okay? I appreciate you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.